something often sweet about petting a dog. There is this beauty here. You look up, there's mountains over there. You look up, there's mountains over there. There's a peace-filled quietness. I can walk out and any time of the day I can hear a different type of bird. In the evenings, it's the owls. I can watch the night hawks as they swoop through. It's simple. And aren't the best things in life still simple?
I had a vision for a house and a barn and pastures. I wanted to give back to the horses. They had done so much for me. I did a lot of different venues in the horse world. I showed for years, went all across the country. I just clicked with them.
Bath time, come on.
We call this place the Ever After. And it's ever after because I will take care of your horse as best I can until it's time for them to go off into the ever after, the big pasture in the sky. I do not want any horse to suffer, so I try to make it as peaceful and painless. Someone's got to take care of these horses, but the horses give back, and you learn something from them.
That horse that threw you, you probably learned more from that horse that day than you would on a 100 ride.
Certainly did. It was a Saturday morning, and she asked, "Do you want to go for a ride?" She was saddling up the horses, so I swung my leg in the saddle, and I was about halfway on, and there was a rattlesnake underneath the mounting block where I was getting on. Struck the horse. The horse got into the hay barn, threw me, landed on my head, fractured my skull. And then he rolled on me, trashed the saddle, and I was in trouble. I don't remember a thing after I left the saddle till 3 days later, but my wife wrapped my head in ice immediately. They say it saved my life. I died on the gurney out here in front of the house in the ambulance. They put me on a chopper and I died twice more on the chopper. Paddled me back. I got to University Medical Center with no blood pressure and was in a coma for 3 days. One of the things I can tell you firsthand is if you know somebody in a coma, talk to them. They can hear you. She was sobbing and she said, "I need this man in my life." And something clicked. And I came back.
He went in the hospital on a Saturday morning and he walked out on a Tuesday night. And he lost 30% of his brain, but with the other 70, he's doing great. They had a special celebration of life for Rex and the first responders, and we thank the medical teams that brought Rex back.
This is parts of my saddle that when the horse threw me, he rolled on me and trashed the saddle. But met with my team and they said, "Would you do a celebration of life?" Because they never get to see somebody come back to life. But I had the opportunity to come back and I wanted to say thank you. So they did a celebration of life, and that's what we try to do in the horse world. You know, it's amazing. Horses and people are connected.
That horse that threw you is still on this ranch.
He's still on this ranch, and it's not his fault that I can't ride well. He's still my friend. And people said, "Oh, why don't you get rid of him?" Not in this lifetime. No, he's my friend. And first time I saw him back, he nickered at me and said he was sorry and all is well.
This is the horse you had your wreck on.
This is him. Turner, turn the page.
Turn the page already. How are you?
And he is as sweet as he can possibly be.
Good
But
time.
he was traumatized that day too. Ride him every once in a while. But you got to get back on the horse. So your heart goes out to him. How could you not look this? Look at that face. Look at that face. It's not what happens to you in life that's important. It's how you handle it. Anyone who has a handicap or is disabled, in my case it was my brain, get back in the saddle. Because the only time you fail is when you quit. But if you get out there and you try hard, you put your best foot forward, maybe it's a shuffle at first. Maybe you're wearing those stupid bedrobes that show your backside. Well, get out there and try. Because if you work at it, no matter what it is, you can make it better. And focus on somebody else other than yourself. In this case, it was my wife. In this case, it was the work we do here for the horse community. And trying to serve. By doing that, you can rehabilitate anyone.
It's been a pleasure to hear your story, and I can't thank you guys enough for that.
Thank you. And thank Hayden Outdoors. Hayden Outdoors has got a good team, and you guys represent it.
Well, we appreciate that so much. You know, I mean, this is lush green and trees and shade, and it's maybe 85 degrees in the middle of August. It's wonderful. I love it.
It's a good one.
If you care about floodplains, well locations, and land use, you probably are still watching this, so listen up. LandId has over 40 nationwide map overlays that are a goldmine of data to help you unlock at least 16 tons of information about any property. See for yourself and try our app today for free.